Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeremy Geelan for SYS-CON TV. We're here at 8th Cloud Expo. We're in New York City. We have Cory Issacson with us, which means we're talking DB Shards, CEO and founder thereof. Welcome, Cory.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good to see you.
This whole cloud thing is getting ridiculous, but let us not be distracted. Let us drill straight down into DB Shards, because it's always been one of my favorite names, never mind anything else. Come on, orientate people, Cory, who don't understand where that fits in the great scheme of things.
Absolutely. What we have is we have the most complete, transparent solution for database sharding.
It's that simple.
It's that simple. So we help databases scale, which is the most important part of any application. If you can't scale your application, then you're not going to be able to scale in the cloud.
And the cloud is all about scaling, so you are the right thing at the right time.
That's right. Imagine if you had to run your application without your database going fast and you tried to make it go faster and support more users, you're not going to get very far.
That is absolutely true. So I am thinking that at your stand, people are, 10 deep, looking to see demos and looking to do business with you.
That's right. That's right. We've been incredibly busy, I have to say. So we have very cool T-shirts also, and a lot of people like those too.
Not to forget, that's a good tradition. But I mean, it's a great time for us all, right? And you're a good, you evidence that ecosystem thing isn't just a phrase. There is an ecosystem of different people providing value. And that's what you guys do.
That's absolutely correct. What we know is that databases only get larger and they get busier as these applications grow, and the whole idea of going into the cloud is to scale, but it's very, very difficult to scale your database here in the cloud.
How do we, Cory, if we stop someone on the street, they're not going to know what sharding is, they might not need to know, but let's tell them anyway. What's the underlying principle? Why does that speed everything up?
Well, the idea is we take a large monolithic database, we break it into small pieces, that's where the word sharding comes from, that's right, and we put it on multiple servers, and then we make sure that each of those servers is fault tolerant so it won't crash, and we make it all look like the same single database when it's done.
And what would be a typical customer? I mean, I know we've talked about this before. How big do you have to be to need this?
Usually you're in the tens or hundreds of gigabytes or terabytes, but it really depends on volume. So we have customers in all types of industries. We're doing things in enterprise industries. We have a lot of online gaming customers. Believe it or not, they have very, very big challenges with databases. We have other online applications, social networking applications, mobile applications. Anything that has that kind of viral growth to it is a very, very good candidate for us.
And why does somebody have to come to an individual company if the technology is it a generic notion, but your deployment of it is just so skillful?
It's a generic notion, but very few people, actually, I think we're the only ones that really can handle something we call relational sharding, which means we can take an existing relational database and actually shard it and deploy it.
Okay, I like that, relational sharding. I learn new terms every time. So relational sharding is where it's at.
That's right. Because there's a lot of different kinds of databases, and they all have very good purposes, but most people are still running relational databases, and so they need a solution to support that, and that's what DB Shards does totally seamlessly and transparently.
And it sounds an odd question, remember how stupid I am. Is there any possibility that somebody in charge of architecting this kind of system isn't aware of DB sharding as a concept?
I think most people are these days. Google is the one that originally popularized the concept, but they didn't apply it to relational databases in the form of a product, and so that's really where we come in.
So that's it. So relational sharding is the niche. Now, this has piqued, obviously, the interest of many. They're going to go to a domain and chase this down. Where are they going to go?
dbshards.com.
You saw that coming. dbshards.com. And from there, what are they going to see?
They're going to see exactly what we can do, how fast we can scale. They'll see some information about our customers, the architecture of how the product works. We don't hide much.
And then they'll just want to call and start doing business with you.
That's right.
Which is what Cloud Expo is all about. It's what Cory Issacson is all about. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to continue following the story because I know you're going to be growing and growing and growing through to 9th Cloud Expo and on into the distance. So thank you for joining us, Cory, here in New York City, and thank you for joining us out there on the World Wide Web.
Thank you, Jeremy.